Om Sai Ram, सभी भक्तों को मेरा प्रणाम नमस्ते. Today we are going to study a very beautiful tale from chapter 5 of Shri Sai Satcharitra. So, the title of the story is Writing Bout with Mohdin Tamboli and Change in Life. Here we are talking about change in life of Baba, as you will be clear with the terminologies as I'll be completing with the story. So, to begin with the story, it states that to return to other stories of Baba, there was a wrestler in Shirdi by name Mohdin Tamboli. Baba and he did not agree on some items and both had a fight. In this, Baba was defeated. Thenceforth, Baba changed his dress and mode of living. He donned kafni, wore a langot, which is a waistband, and covered his head with a piece of cloth. He took a piece of sackcloth for his seat, sackcloth for his bed, and was content with wearing torn and worn out rags. He always said that poverty is better than kingship, far better than lordship. The Lord is always the brother, a befriender of the poor. Gangagir was also very fond of wrestling. While he was once wrestling, a similar feeling of dispassion came over him, and at the proper time he heard the voice of an adept saying that he should wear out his body playing with God. So he too gave up sansar and turned towards God's realization. He established a mutt on the banks of the river near Puthambe and lived there with disciples. So Sai Baba did not mix and speak with the people similarly as Gangagir did. He only gave answers where he was questioned and when he was questioned. By day, he always sat under the neem tree, sometimes under the shade of a branch of a babul tree near the stream at the outskirts of the village. In the afternoon, he used to walk at random and go at times to Neemgaon. There he frequented the house of Bala Sahib Dengle. Baba loved Mr. Bala Sahib, his younger brother, and named Nana Sahib because he had no son, though he married a second wife. Bala Sahib sent Nana Sahib for taking darshan of Baba, and after some time, with his grace, Nana Sahib got a son. From the time onwards, people began to come in numbers to see Sai Baba, and his fame began to spread and reached Ahmednagar. From thence, Nana Sahib Chandorkar and Keshav Chidambar and many others began to come to Shirdi. Baba was surrounded by his devotees during day and slept at night in an old and dilapidated masjid. Baba's paraphernalia at the time consisted of a chillum, tobacco, a tumbril, which is a tin pot, long flowing kafni, a piece of cloth round his head, and a satka, which is a short stick, which he always kept with him. The piece of the white cloth on the head was twisted like matted hair and flowed down from the left ear on the back. This was not washed for weeks. He wore no shoes, no sandals. A piece of sackcloth was his seat for most of the day, as I said. He wore a kapin, which is a waist cloth bend, and for warding off cold, he always sat in front of a dhuni, which is sacred fire, facing south with his left hand resting on the wooden railing. In that dhuni, he offered as obligation, egoism, desires, and all thoughts, and always uttered Allah Malik, which is God is the sole doer and an owner. The masjid in which he sat only of 2 rooms dimensions. Basically, it consisted of only 2 dimensions rooms, and where all the devotees came and saw him. After 1912 AD, there was a change. The old masjid was repaired and a pavement was constructed. Before Baba came to live in the masjid, he lived long a time in a place called Takia, where he, with ghungur, small bells on his legs, danced beautifully and sang with tender love. So it is basically a story about wrestling bout with Mohdin Tamboli, which Baba lost, and how he changed his living pattern and style, how he didn't care about the clothes he was wearing, and how he made changes like living in Chavudi or living in Dwarka Mai, where there were sacred fire, where there was lack of comfort and how he lived there and the change in life is being understood by the story. I'll go ahead with another story which is of turning water to oil. It is another beautiful story which has been mentioned in chapter 5. So, Sai Baba was very fond of lights. Baba used to love lights. He always used to lighten the lamps in the boundaries of the Chavadi or in the boundaries of the Dwarikamai. He used to borrow oil from shopkeepers and keep lamps burning the whole night in the masjid in the temple. This went on for some times, but then the banyas who supplied all gratis once met together and decided not to give him oil. When, as usual, Baba went to ask for oil, they all gave him a distinct no. Unperturbed, Baba returned to the masjid and kept the dry wicks in the lamps. The banyas were watching him with curiosity. Baba took the tumbril, which is a tin pot which contained very few drops of water, or should I say, very few drops of oil, not water, and then he added water into it and drank it, and then forced it fall in the container, and he again forced the water or what the mixture is into the tin pot. So after consecrating the tin pot in this way, he again took water in the tin pot and filled the lamps with it and lighted them. Basically, first he soloed the water and then he poured it out in the tin pot again. To the surprise and dismay of the watching banyas, they were surprised, they were astonished by the fact that the lamps began to burn and kept burning the whole night. The banyas repented and apologized because they have understood the power of Baba, because they have understood the power, the grace which Baba has. So Baba forgave them, and as Baba is always merciful, he forgave them and asked them to be more truthful in future. So what we can understand from the story, the above two stories, is to basically to live a truthful life is to always be helpful with others, and this is kind of a moral which we can draw from the turning water into oil story. So I hope you like the video. Please subscribe to our channel Tales of Sai Baba, like, share and comment a video. And it's our channel Tales of Sai Baba. So as we all are devotees of Baba, so I request you all to share and subscribe. Om Sai Ram. Bout Shri Sai. Peace be to all.